Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I can create this abstract object in Blender 3.3. For the shaders I'm going to use the Carvature pack. You can find a link to that in the description. So let's get started. First let's hit Shift A and add a plane. Duplicate it and hide the duplicated one. Select this plane here and go to Geometry Nodes. Let's close this window. Click on New and delete the group input and add a volume cube. Connect the volume to the geometry, add a volume to mesh node, and put that here. Let's also add a subdivision surface node, and put that here. And now we need a set material node, put that here. Add a mix RGB, put that here, and connect the color to the density. Add a math node and set it to sign and connect the value to color 1. Now duplicate the mix RGB twice and connect this color to the factor and color 1 and this color to the value. Add a gradient texture and connect the color to the factor here and into color 1. And now let's set it to spherical. Hit Shift A and add a wave texture and plug the color into color 2. Set the distortion to 8.8 and the X to diagonal. Now set the detail to 0. Add a Voronoi texture and plug the position into the factor and color 2. Set it from F1 to smooth F1 and let's add a Musgrave texture. Put that here and connect the height to the randomness. Set the detail to 15 and set the scale to 3.1. Now add a rotate Euler. Put it here and connect the rotation to color 2. Now let's set the X to 40. Now let's save. Now let's go to the resolution and set it from anywhere between 128 to 256. Of course, the higher you set this value, the more processing power it will need, so be careful of that. I'm going to set it to 256. Now let's go into front view by pressing 1 and let's rotate it on the X by 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees I mean, and move it up. You can of course create your own material, but I'm going to use one from the Carvature pack. To append materials from another blend file, you need to go to File, Append, and find the folder where you have the file. I'm going to use this file here and double click on it, go to Material, and I'm simply going to press A and Enter. Let's go to Rendered View and save again. Select the plane and press Delete on the numpad, and go to the Render Properties, go to Film, and make it transparent. Now go to the Set Material node and I'm going to use the cherry material. Now go to Shading, go back to Rendered View, go back to the Render Properties and go to Color Management and set the look to Very High Contrast. Here in the dropdown select the cherry shader. I'm going to set the rings density to 20. Now let's go down here and hit Shift A and add a mapping node. Put it here and on the Y let's type in 90. Hit Shift A and add a camera. Let's go into front view and press Delete on the numpad with the plane selected. And press 4 on the numpad to move it like this and 8 to move it like this. Hit Ctrl Alt 0 to go into camera view. And let's bring back this plane and scale it up, like this. For this plane I'm going to use the Ebony shader. I don't like how the light comes in from the HDRI, so let's go to Object and set it to World. Select the image texture and press Ctrl T and set the set here to 33.2. Let's save again and go to Layout Mode and add an empty plane axis. Go up here and set it to Face Project. Now if we press G and Control, The empty is going to snap to the faces of the plane. Let's go back up here and set it back to increment. Going to render view and select the camera. Now go to the object data properties and enable depth of field. Let's select the empty here. I'm going to set the f-stop to 0.5 and the blades to 16. Now let's go to compositing. Enable use nodes, add a denoise node set to accurate, and enable denoising data. To get all of these outputs, you need to go to the render properties and enable denoise. I recommend that you use optics if you can, but if you can't, then you can also use OpenImage denoise. Go to the output properties and select a file format that you want. I'm going to set it to JPEG and set the quality to 100%. Save again and press F12 to render the image. So that's it with the tutorial. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what I should do next. Remember to check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time.